I'm Geoff Nemnich.
And I'm Rick Paulette.
And we're the hosts of The Last Stand. Coyote hunting is my passion.
And coyote calls are my livelihood.
And together we aim to bring you the best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, right down to The Last Stand.
The Last Stand, presented by Lucky Duck Predator Calls. We are the masters of deception. Swagger bipods. Shoot with confidence, shoot with swagger. OnX Hunt. Know where you stand. Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable.
Well, we finally made it to the season finale of The Last Stand. The season's been up and down. You know, we've traveled all over. We've been in Arizona, we've been in Colorado, we've been in Nebraska. You know, we've seen some really cool things. We've struggled a lot, and you know, we're hoping that, you know, this last day of the season we can put a good day together and really, you know, kill some coyotes, get some aggressive coyotes coming to the call, and just end on a high note.
Well, we're back in the Sandhills of Nebraska. It's middle of February. Here with my good buddy Matt again. You guys have seen him on videos before. Middle part of February, it's breeding season. The rancher we're hunting on first thing this morning, he started calving a little bit, so we're hoping to get a few coyotes killed for him. He's been seeing quite a few around his herd, and then the plan is we're gonna hunt here for the morning. Then we're gonna drive over and meet up with another rancher, Tyler, hunt his place for the afternoon. So weather's gonna be probably the warmest it's been in, you know, the last 2 weeks probably. So you would think the coyotes are gonna be on the move. We got maybe 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. Should be pretty ideal conditions. So we're gonna throw a lot of coyote-based sounds at them, breeding fights, coyote fights, pup distress fights, things like that. Hopefully really trigger some of those real aggressive coyotes and hopefully get them bombing in on us.
Cattle and coyotes, you know, go hand in hand, especially late in the winter like this. You know, in this country, or probably everywhere in the country, you know, you have to start supplementing your cattle herd in the winter with hay, with what we call cake, which is kind of a protein supplement. And the coyotes know that. They're smart, and you know, they tend to bunch up around that, not because they're wanting to eat cows and eat calves, but more so that they're eating that cake, that protein supplement that's left there. I think when the rancher comes by and strings out the hay for his cows, I think the rodents and stuff move down into there so they can hunt that a little bit easier. The cows have that grass and stuff beat down a little bit, so it's maybe easier for them to catch mice and rabbits. The water tanks are all open so they can find water, just lots of various reasons. And then you throw the calving on top of it. Now you have afterbirth and things like that sitting around, which just adds to the food sources, which actually can increase the carrying capacity to that area, so it's able to hold more coyotes, which as a coyote hunter, that's exactly what we want.
Well, we're getting into our second stand of the morning. About partway through our first stand, we heard a bunch of coyotes howling up this direction, so we got in the truck. We drove up here about a mile and a half, hiked up in the top of this big hill right here. Got valleys all around us. Like I said, we're up on top of this big hill, lots of little cover here. Wind's kind of blowing off to our left here. Matt's around the corner covering the left side of the top of this hill in case something comes over. I can cover everything to the right here.
You know, this time of year I'm expecting more aggressive responses, so my patience level lacks at times, and after, you know, 10 or 12 minutes, I'm usually ready to go. And you know, what I didn't take into consideration early in the morning, that the snow had a little crust on it from the day before. It thawed out just enough, and anytime you have a crusty snow, I think it's just harder for those coyotes to travel, and they can't travel as fast. And after about 12 minutes, I was ready to go. I had actually given Matt the all clear sign, and he came back on the radio and said, "Hey, we got a coyote coming." Woo! Woo! Woo!
Nice. Wonder where Matt, we heard Matt in the mic that he actually saw one coming. Wanted to kill that coyote where he did. I got this hill right here. I figured if he looped around here, he might pop up and see us, so he gave me a good shot right there. Just pumped one right in his heart. He ran a little bit, but he died tired.
Yeah, a little young one. Yeah, he was quartered towards me just a little bit, and I just missed him off the point of the shoulder a little bit. He was a dead coyote running. Nice little furry sandhill coyote. Second stand of the day. Good spot, man. I was about ready to kill the stand about 14-minute mark, and Matt come across the radio and said, hey, got one coming. I didn't know where it was coming from, but figured sooner or later one of us would shoot it. Luckily, it was down my barrel. So as we're loading this first coyote of the morning, Matt and I start discussing of where we heard all these howls. And you know, one of the main, probably the closest group of howls was down closer to where we knew the cabin lot was. So we agreed that that's probably our next best, you know, opportunity to go kill coyotes on the next stand.
Two. Where's two over there? Well, we're in our third stand of the morning. We bumped a couple coyotes getting in here. We're kind of right now above the cabin lot. Coyotes were right down in here. They weren't real spooked. One of them kind of faded off into that tree row. Another one kind of just trotted up into that hill. Saw a third coyote going up this fence line, so still could be another coyote in here. This coyote's responding. Got a bunch of different coyotes howling back at us. Got one kind of over in the hill, got maybe one down by the tree row, a couple on the other side of the tree row. Like I said, for me, this helps us put together a game plan. Whether or not we kill one on this stand, we got a good idea now where our coyotes are at and what we're gonna do, maybe here in the next two stands. I'm sure Matt's up there glassing a little bit. He might be able to pick those coyotes out up there. Could be a couple of coyotes we saw kind of leaving the cabin lot too. I got a couple right here to the left. To the left of us. They're just sitting on the hill here about 250 yards straight south of you. So they're straight south of us. They're gonna circle down here and they're gonna pop up right in front of me. Got him. Straight in front of me, Sean, on the hill. See him coming off there. Another one to the left popped up. Just being patient right here. See if we can get him off the skyline just a little bit. I got the one on the left. Matt, kill the one on the left. Okay. one good enough. Ah, almost worked out. I didn't get him good enough. I don't think I got that second one good enough. Man, that worked out perfect. I don't know how good I got this one. I got him kind of far back.
I'll head a jog and go see if I can get that one.
I don't know. I should be able to see him. Well,
Get him on the bottom anyways.
should be able to track him. That's a good thing. I don't know how far he's gonna go. Sometimes you get him back in the hips like that, he'll bleed out a little bit. But if you want to take Sean or Max and go after that coyote, I'll get your coyote and drag it back to the truck, and then we'll drive down. We'll pick you up down there. So I hit the second coyote running not far back. Had two other good shots at him, just couldn't get him rolled up right here in the snow. He made it over that hill. I don't know how far he made it. I don't know how great I hit him. I hit him pretty solid, but I think I got him far back. Hopefully the bullet does its trick and he's bleeding out. I haven't seen him cross that big meadow out there. So Matt's gonna head down and trail that coyote. Should be easy tracking. We should be able to find exactly where he went. I'm gonna get the call, pick up the coyote, head back to the truck, and we're gonna loop around. And pretty exciting.
I missed him a couple more times, but I felt like the shot was pretty good. And a short track job later, Matt found him over the hill.
Yeah, he's right here. He's gonna get up now. Yeah, no, mine just stopped and got him, and the other one took off, and Geoff hit him just a little back, and we just had to walk over the hill, and he was laying right here. He's cleaning up after Geoff.
Well, if I have to guess, I'm gonna guess this is the female. That other one looked just a little bit bigger, maybe not. Let's see here. Yep, she's the female. Matt put a great shot on her. Hey, less than 100 yards right here. Worked out pretty good. Hook her up to the old drag and sled her back to the truck.
Pretty nice male.
And all this happened just in time to watch the rancher pull around the corner with his feed wagon and for us to drag the coyotes down there and show them what we just killed. So after we killed that double, I'd made a mental note of all the other coyotes we heard howl, and we felt the ones off to our left up in the big hill chain were our next best bet to go after. So we maneuvered the vehicle, we got around so the wind was right, we got set up. Instantly we get a group of coyotes that light up.
Right, what we want. Coyotes howling all around us.
There's right below us.
These coyotes are probably less than 600 yards here. I'm gonna let them finish howling. I'm gonna go right into a coyote fight called Evil Witches. Maybe we'll get them to come barreling right over. But we got a bunch down on the meadow howling too.
And you know, a minute goes by and we see the first coyote come over the hill at about 550 yards.
We're out from that fence. Oh, here they come. That coyote's running pretty hard. 3 of them. We got 3 coyotes coming. Hey, Matt, if they bail in, you shoot. We'll let them bail down into the bowl. You maybe shoot the one that stops up on the hill right there in the back. They're coming pretty hard. They should be on us here within about a minute. Less. I'll stop. Hold around on that skyline or that ridge.
So as these 3 coyotes are sitting on the skyline, one of them decides to make a break for it. Before he does, he's got to stop and take a bathroom break, and he cleans himself up all the way down the hill. You don't get to see a coyote drag his butt through the snow very often.
He's right here. Hold left. 150 yards, Matt. And that saddle.
And it's just a few minutes later, the coyote actually pops up and probably had the best shot of the whole stand right there. But, you know, Matt's trying to err on the side of patience to maybe see what those other coyotes do. The coyote doesn't stick around very long and it trots behind the hill when we lose sight of it. So at that point, I'm just switching through sounds. These 2 coyotes are still sitting at 550. I know we have a 3rd coyote within a couple hundred yards. I'm hoping to maybe get that coyote back for one final shot. I'm switching through sounds. Eventually, I finally go to a sound out of the cat folder called Kitty Kitty, and the coyote pops up almost in the identical place it was 4 or 5 minutes earlier.
His hand's right here. Got him. Got him.
Nice. There we go. Good shot, Matt. Hey, that officially is a kitty kitty kill. All right. Well, that wasn't the best footage, but that's coyote killing right there. You're not always going to get them laid up right in front of the call. You know, initially one of the coyotes kind of came off the hill, but the other back 2 checked up. I'm guessing one of those was the female. This time of year, if you can't get the female to bite, it's tough to get him, but we did entice this one. We had a shot at him initially, kind of almost just left where Matt finally killed him, and he left, and I don't know if that was a different coyote or a same. What do you think? It's the same coyote, maybe?
Probably the same one, but I just come back.
Come back, take a peek, I think. I'd switched to a couple different sounds, and I think I'd actually put on Kitty Kitty. And he peeked up, and about a head neck, but I could barely only see the top of his head from where I was sitting, but.
Yeah, I kind of had to shoot through some grass, but.
Yeah. It thumped him. 3 stands in a row. Can't beat that. So after that 4th coyote of the morning, we get a text message from Tyler that he's finally done feeding. So we pack up out of that area and we head to the ranch to meet up with Tyler and Trey for the rest of the afternoon.
Boys, coyotes are making us work. We've seen coyotes or called in coyotes or bumped coyotes walking into stands on the last 5 setups we've made. Made a little bit of a run here. It's middle of the afternoon, hoping to get something going here. We had a pretty dang good morning. Put 4 in the truck pretty quick and been going on about a 4-hour dry spell since then. All kinds of coyote tracks in here, you know, from the last 4, 5, 6 days from the snow, so should be something still hanging in here. The wind's dying down a little bit, maybe 6, 8 mile an hour. Matt's way around the corner covering the downwind. I got Tyler and Trey coming up here killing anything that comes right at the call. I'm pointed off to the right in case something comes up from the bottom here.
Maybe 4 minutes into the stand, Tyler spots this coyote on the skyline straight out.
Here he comes. Get ready, Trey. It's gonna be yours. Look at this guy's making a beeline right here for the baby cottontail. I'll stop him for you, Trey. Nice. Good follow-up shot, Tyler. Power suppressors right there, that coyote. Trey missed him on that first shot, and that coyote didn't have a clue what was going on. Tyler was on him, ready to roll. It's been about 6 minutes. I'll keep calling for a little bit here. So I'd started off playing about 4 minutes of rabbit, TNT. I'd switched into some juju. That brought him to the top of that hill up there, but I'm guessing it's a younger coyote. He was just a little unsure, so I switched back to baby cottontail demise, which I have on a preset. As you saw, he came barreling right down to that.
Right on.
Finally, huh?
Trey, you were just trying to make Tyler feel good about himself, weren't you?
Like that?
Trey's the first one on the trigger, snaps right past the coyote. Coyote doesn't even know what's going on, but Tyler was quick on the trigger. That quick, the coyote was dead. So the tricky part about a southwest wind is as you get later in the day, especially in the winter, the sun's right setting towards the southwest. So, you know, we knew we didn't want to give up the wind. We were gonna have to, you know, look into the sun. And when we got into this setup, we knew it wasn't the best. There was really no cover. We knew we were all just gonna be sitting on bare side snow hills, but you know, purposely I try to get the call as far away and off to the side as I can, just to buy us maybe a few extra yards that those coyotes, you know, get in that much closer.
Well, we bumped 2 coyotes getting into the stand again. Looks like 7 stands in a row. We've either bumped coyotes, seen coyotes, called in coyotes. Yeah, these coyotes aren't far. We got some coyotes howling already. I just ran over this hill over here. We got coyotes howling all over. And these aren't the coyotes we bumped. I like our odds here. Got the wind in our face. We don't have a whole lot of cover. We're kind of just sitting on these side hills, but we'll see if we can get something coming. Let them finish ripping it up. Like I said, this time of year, I really like to do some howling, but not really to call in coyotes. But for this sample fact right here, you kind of figure out where they're at, have an idea where to be looking.
So I start off with a little rabbit.
Here he comes. See him straight off.
Right underneath the sun.
Just straight in front of me, Jeff. There's 2 of
Hey
them.
Matt, we got 2 of them coming from southwest up on that flat.
We'll let him come clear
Got him
in,
now,
Jeff.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Here she comes. All right. We just got to get her convinced. There they come.
Come. Could be right.
Yeah. kill that. Kill her. Kill her. Yep. 200. Kill the left one. Take your time. Yep. Got that one.
I bet that was further than 2, wasn't it?
2? I don't know. I got the one on the right rolled up.
Did you? 300.
300? Yeah, she checked up hard. She saw us up here. We saw no cover. Well, this is the problem we've had all day. We're just sitting on these side hills. We don't have a whole lot of cover. That's the coyotes that howled at us. We're kind of tucked into these side hills, but man, if we'd had a handful of yuccas here, we'd had those coyotes right in our lap, I think. But they got to about 300 right out here.
That's what they were.
And,
290.
you know, that one pegged us, and you saw its body language. That thing just turned around and took off. But it checked up. We got them stopped and got a shot at the one. I got a shot at the other one and got him on my second shot running, but right where I was aiming. Yeah, it happened fast. Once that female boogered out, we had to make a quick shot. She stopped for us and gave us one good shot, and we made a quick shot. We missed her. I was on the right coyote, and it happened fast. I don't think we got it on camera, but I was guessing he was the male. That's how it goes down sometimes.
You know, we're feeling good. 2 stands in a row, we've killed coyotes. You know, the sun's our enemy at this point. It's setting fast. We know we only have time for maybe 1 or 2 stands left. We make our way down the hill chain. Tyler's got a good spot in mind.
Hey, we got one coming from the call right here somewhere. Said it's right down in front of Matt right now.
Where's he at?
I don't know.
Communication was a big thing on this stand. You know, Matt and Trey actually spotted this coyote first, so he was able to communicate down to me that we had a coyote coming. He also communicated to me that, you know, they were going to lose sight of this coyote, that it was probably going to be all us.
Here he is coming. I'll stop him right there for you, Tyler. Yeah, kill him.
You ready?
Yep. Oh, jeez. That was pretty sweet. Those bullets coming from the side. Little schoolyard brawl. We're about 9 minutes in. That coyote came from a long ways. Matt's off to the left. He checked up right here. I think he saw us up here just like the last coyotes. It was really cool watching the bullets go right through that coyote coming from the far left like that.
I don't know, we sat here for 10 minutes and we were downwind of the call probably, 150 yards from them guys probably. Anyways, he popped up and was headed right to the call, and he stopped about the only spot that we could get a shot at him, and he just held up a little too long. Probably shot him right out from underneath them other guys, but he should have been a little quicker.
You see the 2 bullet paths right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty sweet. Little male, maybe? No, a little female. Well, that's a weird bit of mange on her. You ever seen the mange right at the base of their tail like that? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Good shooting. So you lost her, and then you saw her again right here.
It's the only spot that we had a shot at.
She pegged us up there again, and Tyler was just getting ready to squeeze it. And that was
It
pretty
was
awesome.
cool because you could see both shots. I mean, I was right on her close. It was just like whack, whack.
Heck yeah. You know, it's a lot of fun hunting with guys that have the same passion for shooting coyotes that you have. You know, Matt and Tyler, I've known these guys for a lot of years. I met them through coyote contests, you know, and And unfortunately, you know, coyote contests are one of these things that's on the chopping block, and you know, some of the best coyote hunting buddies I've met through coyote contests, and it's always fun to get with these guys. I don't get a lot of opportunity to come and hunt with them, but late in the season like this, it's kind of something we always look forward to, getting together and filming some coyotes. You know, this was a great wrap to our season. We've had some ups and downs. We brought you guys some pretty unique, cool footage this season, but also you got to see our struggles as well, and that's part of coyote hunting. So we appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate your feedback. We're excited to you know, get back after it next fall and bring you some even more exciting action in season 4.